Yeah, hello everyone. We will continuing our nonlinear or polynomial function, and this time in this tutorial we will learn about the application of nonlinear in economics and business. Nah, we have two common functions, supply and demand. Still remember? Yeah, I'm sure that you are still remember about supply and demand function in linear. The principle just the same with the previous tutorial in linear function. So if we are talking about supply, then it will be the same. If and pretend that we are a seller or supplier or manufacturer, producer. So if the price higher, then the quantity supply will be higher or increased too. And for the demand, this is on the other way of supply. So pretend that we are a customer. If the price higher, then the quantity demanded will be lower or decrease. Or conversely, if the price decrease because of there are a lot of discount or sale, then the quantity demanded, the quantity that the customer want is increase or will be higher. Nah, so with that basic principle, we will know whether our answer or our drawing in the parabolic graph will be true or false using that principle. So remember that logic. This is the general form of supply and demand function in parabolic or quadratic function, nonlinear function. So the A or key quadrat or key must be in a quadrat because this is quadratic function. So the general form equals to P equals to function Q. So P is in the left side, Q is in the right side, with the Q is quadrat or more. The power of Q is more than 1. Power is pangkat. Yeah. So this is the general form. P equals to C plus BQ minus AQ quadrat. For the P function Q, so the parabolic will be vertical parabolic. But Q function P, the parabolic will be horizontal parabolic. There are two. So P equals to price, Q is quantity, and then ABC is constanta, and you have to remind that A, or remember that A cannot be 0. So it's not equal to 0, the number of A, to keep the Q quadrat or the quadratic function. It can be negative or it can be positive. If the A negative, then the parabolic vertical will be in inverted U or Z shape. If plus, it will be smile or U shape. See, this is the first one, negative. If the sign are different, P is plus, Q is minus, then it must be demand. Why? Because if the price increase, then the quantity demanded will be decreased. If it plus and plus, then it must be supply. This is must be PS. This is must be PD, demand. Look, for the first graph, yeah, focus on the first graph in the left side. P equals to minus A. So because of minus A, so the vertical will be in inverted U or Z parabolic. This is Z parabolic. And then see the logic. why the the sign is different between P, price, and quantity. See. An example, if we have the P1, this is P1, an example here. The quantity demanded will be in this number. But if the price decrease, become P2, look. The quantity demanded become this one, QT2, QT1. Higher. That means this must be demand function. Because in demand, we are pretended to be a customer. If the price decrease, then the quantity demanded will be increased. See? So our graph is true because not only focus on the sign of A or the number of A that is less than 0, but the logic is also right. This is the demand function. On the other hand, if we have P equals to C plus PQ plus A, Q quadrat, the sign of A is plus, then it will be smile or U-shaped vertical parabolic. See this one? Because the sign is just the same, price plus, quantity plus, so this is supply. See the supply? If the price is in this part, price 1 equals to this, then the quantity 1 is just as this big. If the price higher, then you see the quantity will be higher or increased too. Quantity 2. This is a bit difficult to write using a writing pad in the PowerPoint of Mac OS, but if in Windows OS, I think there is no problem. So maybe it need improve for the writing pad. Okay, so that's the logic, supply and demand function. And because this is already implemented in business and mathematics, so parabolic graph that will be used is in the first quadrant or in the positive side only. This one for both P function Q or Q function P. See, use the positive. We cannot say that if the price is negative 10 million, so there are minus 2% or the quantity demanded is negative. That's impossible in the real business. So for the demand and supply, we will use quadrant 1. This is quadrant 1. But for the profit function, we can use quadrant 4 in this part. So if this one is P or profit, we can also use this one. So maybe the profit will be negative. That means the company will lose or suffering a loss, not profit. Yeah. This is the example. Produce graph of the following quadratic function. P function Q. That means this parabolic must be in vertical shape or vertical parabolic, P function Q. And there are 2 quadratic function. The first one is P equals to Q S quadrat. Let's try it. Maybe we will try to solve this parabolic. Yeah, solve this for the part one of application in linear and part one of application of nonlinear in business and economics. Let's try. P equals to Q quadrat plus 14. Where is P equals to Q quadrat plus 14Q plus 22. And the other equation is P equals to minus Q quadrat minus 10 minus Q quadrat minus 10Q plus 150. Yeah, minus Q plus 150. Okay, so we have, oh, there is a sign here, D and S. Actually, without that sign, we can decide which one is the demand function and which one is the supply function. Check the sign of P and Q quadrat. This one is plus and plus, this one is plus, and this one is minus. So this is must be supply, this one must be demand. P and Q must be in different side of equals, right side and left side, left hand side and right hand side, and then check the sign. If they are in the one side only and the sign equals, so you can just summarize or say that there is a supply function. So you have to separate the side of price and quantity first, and then see the sign. Yeah, for the first function, first quadratic function, because P function Q is definitely vertical parabolic, and then how it look like, the parabolic look like. The first one, check the A. The A is positive, then it must be smile or U-shape, in a U-shape parabolic. And then check, is this function has square root or no, using this formula. For the first one, first equation, this one, PS equals to, so if the P equals to 0, 0 equals to Q quadrat plus 14Q plus 22. So we will have A equals to 1, B equals to 14, and C equals to 22. Yeah. And then put this number in this formula. B quadrat, 14 quadrat minus 4 times A times C. D equals to 14 quadrat. 14 quadrat, 196. 196 minus 88 ya. 4 times 22, 88 ya kan. Berarti 88, 169 minus 88 equals to 108. So 88 equals to 108 plus. That means it will has 2 points. Yes. Maximum point and 2 points. And then the other one, yeah, maybe we will try to solve this part first, the detail first. Maximum point. The maximum point, I will calculate it using, yeah, you can use the factorization or you can use the formula Q1, 2 equals to minus B plus minus square root of b quadrat minus 4ac divided by 2a. Q1, 2 equals to minus b, minus 14, plus minus square root of 14 quadrat minus 4 times a times c divided by 2 times 1 equals to minus 14 plus minus, this is 14 ya. 14 quadrat, 196, minus 4 times 1 times 22, minus 88. So the result is 108, square root of 108 divided by 2. This is Q1.2. Q1, 2 equals to minus 14 plus minus 108 square root of 108. 10.39. Can you see this? Yeah. 10.392 something because 392. So use 2 decimal after comma. So we will use 10.39. Yeah, 10.39. divided by 2. So for the Q1 equals to minus 14 plus 10.39 divided by 2. For the Q number 2 is 14 minus 10.39 divided by 2. Let's calculate it. This is still simple. Minus 14 plus 10. Oh, not so simple. So we can calculate it like this. Minus 14 or just type the back first and minus 14. Minus 3.61 divided by 2. That's the MID, just 3.61 divided by 2 equals to 1 minus 1, 81. Yeah, use 2 number after comma because this is 5, so it will be round up. Yeah, I will rounding it up. Then round it up, and for the second one, this is will be minus 24.39. This is, there is a point here, divided by 2 equals to minus, if you are confused, just minus 24.39 minus 24.39 divided by 2. Minus 12.20. Yeah, we have 2 coordinates. So we have this picture actually. Maximum point? Oh, no, there is no maximum point, but there is this is the information of square root. So we have Q, P, like X, Y. So for the first coordinate is, I write in this part, minus 1,81 Q, P, and minus 12,20,0. This is the square root. And then let's find out the maximum point using the formula. Yeah, maybe I just erase this part, erase this. Let's check the maximum point. equals to minus b, because this is vertical, quadrat minus 4ac 4a. Yeah, just write it as a coordinate. Yeah, this is the formula, right? Betul nggak? Is it the formula? Where is that? Maybe I just open the open reason with this one. And use this point. Because for vertical minus b divided by 2a minus b quadrat minus 4ac. Okay. Yeah, this is right. And then try to calculate it. Minus b, minus 14 divided by 2 times 1, comma minus 14 quadrat minus 4 times 1 times c divided by 4 times a. So my maximum point is minus 14 divided by 2 with this one. 14, this one, yeah. 169 minus 88, 108 divided by 4. So the maximum point equals to minus 14 divided by 2, minus 7, comma 104 divided by 4. 108, I mean, divided by 4, 27. And don't forget with the minus 27. This is the maximum point. The maximum point is minus 7, comma minus 27. Let's erase this. And try to draw this parabolic graph. There are a lot of minus. So this is Q, this is P, or price. And then the maximum point is minus 7, minus 27. Minus 7 is in this side. Minus 7 is in this part, minus 27. So this is the coordinate of minus 7 and minus 27. Yeah. Minus 7, minus 27. This is the maximum point. Maximum point. And then for the first square root equals to minus 1.81. This is just near to minus 1.81. So this coordinate is minus 1.81, and the other one is in this side, minus 12.20. This is minus 12.2, 20 is 2, and comma 0. This is, this must be, the difference must be the same. And let's draw it. Actually, if we draw this, then we draw this like this with the dash, because this is a negative, and negative is not really used in economic, but it can be like this. This is the parabolic that show up in quadrant 1. So this is the graph that show up in quadrant 1, and we only use this graph actually. This is for PS equals to Q quadrat plus 14Q plus 22. If you see, if the price goes up, then the quantity supplied will go up too. This is different with the D. So the D must be go down. Let's check the image that will be appear for the second function. P, the price of demand equals to minus Q quadrat minus in vertical, so it will be set shape in the inverted U shape. And then for the D, yeah, check the D. But the shape will be like, yeah, set parabolic. Let's try to check the B. Yeah, maybe try to finish one of this part. D. Just bigger eraser. Use blue color. D equals to B quadrat minus 4 times A times C. A equals to minus 1, B equals to minus 10, and C equals to 150. B minus 10 quadrat minus 4 times A times C. 150. Minus 10 quadrat is equal to 100 minus 4 times minus 150, 300, 600. 100 plus 600, 700. So plus. There are 2 points that cut in X with one maximum point. So this is how we draw the maximum point. And yeah, this is the imagine graph for the second function. So if we are going to calculate the maximum point, I think you can do this too. This is quite easy. So maximum point using the formula minus B quadrat minus 4AC 4A. Yeah, this is the outer bracket. So this is equal to minus B minus 10 divided by 2 minus 1 minus B quadrat minus 4 minus AC is equals to discriminant, so this is 700 divided by 4 times minus 1. So the maximum point is equals to minus 10 minus 10 minus 10 divided by minus 2. This one is minus 700 divided by minus 4. The maximum point then is 10 divided by 2. This one is positive 5 and become a negative because there is a negative in front of the result. So negative 5, 700 divided by 4. 350, 175. 700 divided by 4. 175, right? 175. This is the maximum point. Minus 5 and 175. And then because there are 2 square root or Q, so we can also find out the Q. Q1 and Q2 using green. Q1, 2 equals to minus B plus minus square root of B quadrat minus 4AC divided by 2A. This is until back. 1, 2 minus B minus 10 plus minus square root of 700 and B quadrat minus 4AC divided by 2 times minus 1. Q1, 2 equals to minus is plus 700. Let me calculate it using the calculator in my iPhone. 726, 40. Can you see? 26,457. So it become 26,46. 26,46. What is this? 26 times 4, 6. Divided by minus 2. So we have Q1 equals to, 10 plus 26,46 divided by minus 2. 36,46 divided by minus 2, 15 something. 3646 2 minus 18,23. And for the Q2, let me erase this. We don't need anymore. Q number 2 equals to 10 minus 26,46 divided by minus 2. Minus 16,46 divided by minus 2. 16,46 divided by negative 2. Equal, minus divided by minus. So it will be plus 8.23. 8.23. This is Q number 2. So we have 2 coordinate and 1 maximum point. That's enough. Yeah, 2 coordinate, Q2 and Q1. Q1 equals to apa? Minus 18. Q, P minus 18,23,0, 0.23,0, and Q2 is 8.23,0. This is the coordinate. Now we can draw this parabolic too. This one with the maximum point and minimum. But before we draw it in one graph, we need to see the intersection between those function. So PS equals to PT. Q quadrat plus 14Q plus 22, equals to minus Q quadrat minus 10Q plus 150. Let's put it in one side. So Q quadrat plus Q quadrat, move this part, become to that side. Minus Q plus 14q. This one minus 10q become plus 10q plus 22 minus 150. 2q quadrat plus 24q minus 22 minus 150. 22 minus 150 minus 1 to 8. Yeah, this is the new equation. And try to find the Q and P. If we are factorize it using a factorization, maybe we can try to make it simpler. So divide by 2. So Q quadrat plus 12Q minus. Anyone? Can you create the factorization of this number? Q and Q, and then
Wait one.
how? Huh?
Let me try. Let me try.
Q and Q, and then 64 and 12. Q. Yeah, you can use this.
16 and 4.
Huh? Oh, 3 and 4. Huh?
16 and 4.
16.
16 and 4.
16 and 4.
Plus 16 and minus 4.
Plus 16 and minus 4. Yeah. Q times Q quadrat, plus 16Q minus 4Q. Yeah. So 12Q. 16 times 4.
Oh, yeah,
Is it
16 times 64?
Yeah. 16. Sorry. Yeah. 16 times 4 equals to 64. Yeah. If you are confused using this, you can use the formula, but I want us to make it faster. So Q equals to minus 16, and this one Q equals to 4. So when the Q is 4, let's use the positive one. If the Q equals to, this is called as Q equilibrium, Q of the intersection between demand and supply. We will learn about it in the next tutorial, but I want you to understand it first, maybe just for the brief explanation or knowledge. So this is impossible. We will not use this in the application of mathematics and business. Negative 16 is not possible. Nobody want to buy minus. Nobody want to sell minus of quantity or produce minus 16. That's impossible. So don't care about this, and let's use this. When the quantity of equilibrium or the intersection is 4, then how about the P or price? The P is simple, just put 4 to one of the equation. Let's try to, I just want to erase this. This is just erase this one. So you can use 2 or 3 way of factorization using formula, or just use a simple calculation if possible. When QE equals to 4, then the P, which one that you think is here? The first one maybe, yeah. P equals to Q quadrat plus 14Q plus 22. So P equals to 4 quadrat plus 14 times 4 plus 22. The P equals to 4 quadrat, 16. 14 times 4, that's it. It's different. 14 times 4, 28 plus 28, 15, 6. Let's make it sure. 14 times 4. Yeah, 56 plus 22. The result of P equilibrium equals to plus 22 plus H plus 16. 94 and 4. So we have all the coordinate that we need. Let's try to, and don't be confused, yeah. I want to draw the next function, next graph in the same graphic with additional information. Where is that? So let's try to find the coordinate of the equilibrium. 4, in here. 4 and say 94. Yeah, just get it first. And then for the second one, where is the maximum point? Minus 5, what is this? 175 or 1.75? What is this? 175.
Minus 5 I'm sorry.
Minus
1.75.
1.75.
175. Sir.
175, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. 100. Let me erase this. Hey, wait. Must be need to be careful. So I need 175. 175 is quite far there. Maybe just pretend that this is 175 and negative 5. Negative 5 is before negative 7. It's around here. So this is the maximum point of the second function. I will erase the second function later. Or maybe just keep this second to here, minus q quadrat minus 10q plus 150. And let's erase it. Erase this and this. So we will have more space to draw the graph. Yeah. Yeah, to drawing this. Look. Can you see? This is Q and this is P. Yeah, this is for drawing. Okay, 175. Yeah, this is the maximum point. 175 minus 5, 175. This is the maximum point. And then, except maximum point, we have this one. Minus these two coordinates. I draw it with yellow. Draw it with yellow. Minus 18 here. This is 12, so 18 must be still quite long there. Minus 18, 23 and 0. Minus 18, 23, 0. Here you go. And the other one is 8. This is 4, so 8 is around here. If you use a ruler, then maybe you will, or you can draw it a bit more exact or better than this one. 0. Nah, that's the maximum point, that's the point. So I can draw the second one like this. So this goes to the maximum point using a dash because this is in a negative quadrant, so we will not use it. And then it goes down here, and from here we can also draw it again like this. Sorry. Just a bit challenging. Yes. Okay, very nice. This is the exact thing that I want. Now, this is the PS, and this one, this part, I always give the name of its detail. This is minus Q quadrat minus 10Q plus 150. And this is the equilibrium. See, this is the equilibrium. This must be equilibrium. Q, P, 4,94. 4,94. This is the combination of this one. 4,94. QE, PE, equilibrium. So this is how we create, look, for the second one, look, this is our imagination. Go up and there are 2 points. Up, go up, but inverted U or Z shape, and there are 2 points that cut this picture. And focus only on this part. The part of the quadrant 1. This is for supply and demand. Yeah, very challenging, but very interesting. You will very excited to draw that things. That's only for the vertical when you apply it in the application of nonlinear in mathematics of business and economics. Yeah, I think that's the application of nonlinear in economic and business part 1. We will continuing in the next part after this part. So have a nice day, stay safe, keep your spirit, and God bless.